Alrighty, good morning guys. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another Asia stream. It's actually probably going to be the last stream of the year. I believe I'm headed down the Goldie this weekend, and then next week there'll probably be some festivities, I would imagine. So we will see how we go, but yeah, welcome back. Hope you're all having a great week so far. Interesting day for Goldie today with FOMC. It's going to be, I guess, pretty interesting. What is it? CPI, yeah, FOMC at 5 a.m. So like early tomorrow morning. Taking a look at this daily, we haven't really done a lot. Like Aaron mentioned in the market call, I see the last few days that this was a very strong close, and you grab the lows, close sort of doji bullish, grab the lows, close bearish. So for today's direction, don't really know. We do have obviously the daily highs to target, which are always a good target to have, because as we can see, price does like to come and respect those. That's probably what I'll be looking at. I've marked off just some basic support and resistance levels sort of going across, which you guys can see here, just as different ranges to play. It is unfortunately looking like gold is having probably what would be the main play of Asia. When you start holding this support, or even here start grabbing these lows, take the buy up into the trend line. Why is that? Because a lot of people are going to be shorting, so we just have to be smart with it. Look, if that was the play, that's the play. It is what it is. Yeah, I know, terrible, absolutely terrible. Clean up this. But yeah, that would have probably been the play. If you took this, you'd probably not be on the charts, to be honest. It's got to be clever. It was like the drop in, where was it, Asia yesterday. These sells, was it these sells? No, sorry, the buys from down here happened very early on in Asia, and look, that was the move. Clear into the highs, and what'd you do for the rest of the day? Absolutely nothing till London opened. So you could have saved yourself 8 hours of watching this crap. Nothing happening till it opened. Took and got stopped B, 1, 2, yeah. But we'll see what Goldie's saying. I've got the cricket on in the background, but the weather keeps raining and delaying it, so we will see. How's everyone's start of the week been so far? Yeah, I saw that, Chris. Good work, man. Good work. Watching the darts. There's so many interesting sports. Yeah, I'm looking at I was looking at Lions memberships just before. I wanted to do the GABA membership, but it's it must be a waiting list, which makes sense. Probably all the old boys that have had it. I'll stay in Canada if you're here tomorrow. Put mask. Good man, Steph. Good man. Surely I don't know if you're a cigar smoker, but surely there'll be a cigar in your future. If you are, be rude not to. If you're not, that's cool. Cuba does look nice, because I'd imagine it'd probably be pretty cold in Canada, obviously with a white Christmas, which that's sort of my plan for next year. I really want to do a white Christmas because I haven't had one of them. So maybe go over to Canada or somewhere in America, or even maybe Europe. Yeah, sounds good, Chris. Appreciate you dropping in, man. Have a good Christmas to you and your family as well. Hope it's a good one. It's 30 close here. Where is... See, even if you took... This is going to get... So that trend line's just been ripped now. For me, looking at this, it's either going to go one of two ways. You're either going to tap down, come and retest this area, but you sort of have to be risking off those lows to run up higher, or this is going to be a big fake out to come back down, break below, and then take a sell. So for me to take a sell, I'd need to see price start closing below this level. To take buys, I'll get rid of that. To take buys, I'd like to, you know, see a dip down like this, give us a valid risk, and then we can potentially look to take it higher. So I'll put sells break below, and that way, oh, break below. It needs to be break and close below, or let's see. Oh, actually, Steph, that'd be a great shout. Hockey game. Hockey games go snowboarding. That'd be sick. I'd love that. Do you guys see Lamborghini released a snowboard, which is just ridiculous? Hi, Mark. How are you? Good, Sammy. How are you, mate? Welcome back to another stream. We can grab the lows here on the 15 flip. You may even look at something like that. Or you're going to fake out. Again, just with market structure, I probably don't want to be selling it until, you know, you can close back below. Then we can look to get interest into it on the retest. That way your stop loss is going to be above a fake out that's valid, and then you've got some daily lows to target. They're probably going to be the two options. Yeah, V12. What's your spread? I think it's like 2 ticks, I believe. Yeah, it's like 2 ticks or 2 pips, however you want to say. Not too bad. This is, keep in mind too, guys, the hourly bottom wick. So we've grabbed the highs, now pushing down. Again, even so, you know, with market structure, if this is going to be where you're risking off, you're probably going to want till you break above here, which would say be that 15 or 30. Yeah, so. Oh, come on. Damn, Travis Head's on a flyer. It's a shame with the cricket. The weather's been on and off, so they're like, have to go on and off, on and off. You could even, if you want to be a punter, you could do that. But I'm not punting. Yeah, man, been absolutely smashing it for sure. Let me... Just with how momentum's going, but I mean gold, you don't really have any direction, but something like that's definitely valid. What's good? What's good? What's going on, George? Happy Wednesday, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, this trend line here was a very nice target for buys, especially, you know, break above, come back, hold support here. There's your 50 ticks, risk off those lows, 50 ticks up into that trend line. Makes a lot of sense. Oh man, bitty bitty bitty. Look at this, just flying, crazy. You'd want to see a convincing break above here. Convincing break, come back down, take the retest, risk off those lows. And that's, to me, is a valid trade. I mean, you could run the flip of the body if you wanted to, risking off those lows being the liquidity grab. But again, if it flips, comes up, grabs the highs again, and comes straight back down to stop loss, and you've got to be okay with taking that loss. How long have I been trading? Probably like 4 to 5 years now. Probably just over 5 years, I reckon. I've been with the this strategy and with Aaron now for almost 2 years. Coming up on 2 years early next year. So I suppose maybe close to a year and 10 months or something, because I pretty much had to unlearn everything when I came and learnt this strategy. Yeah, 100%. Literally unlearning everything. Unlearning absolutely everything that you've learned is, yeah, probably arguably the hardest part, for sure. I mean, it's valid. It's definitely valid. I can't say if I am or aren't, but it does make sense. As I said, if you're entering on that body flip, you got to be in risking off these lows before that 15's closed. You got to be prepared that that's, you know, if it wicks up and comes back down, manage your risk so it doesn't take your full stop loss. Oh, Steph, everything, mate. Divergences. There was a time where my strategy was the Ichimoku cloud, the 200 period Bollinger Bands, and the 50 moving average to try and catch trends, and it was just an absolute mess. Yeah, everything, man, to be honest. The usual thing, just YouTube hopping, strategy hopping, but it's literally like you take indicators off your charts and just learn how to read price action. Changes it heaps. And like even now, like sometimes with stocks and even on the higher time frame, like I'll put some moving averages on every now and then, like a 250 moving average, just to help me see, okay, as a visual thing of, you know, this isn't trending, but because you learn how to trade price action, anytime you're using that, it's like a secondary thing, whereas people rely on it heavily. But I'll use it for like ASX stocks a lot, just because the price action's pretty terrible. So I'll still look at the moving averages, but it's not something I rely on. I can trade very easily without it. Whereas some people are like, oh, you need to have this indicator, which is crazy. Yeah, this is looking like a very nice trade. Very simple elements. Yeah, if this can close strong, and then you can even get like bottom wick entries and you want to risk off there, that works. But like literally, look how simple this chart is. It's all you need. Yeah, just see how we close. Again, this is the only area that really makes sense to risk off, so you have to be prepared that it could just wick up like what Goldie does, come back down and then have the move, but that's why you manage your risk, because it's the only thing you can control. Yeah, closed nice. Yeah, and like it could still drive, but again, you have to look at where it makes the most sense to risk off, which going break even now probably doesn't make sense, because if the trade comes back down here, doesn't mean the trade's invalid. It's just tapping back into, you know, it could even come all the way back down to here, tapping into a level of support. Risk off those lows. You know, once you start grabbing these highs, if you want to be aggressive, you could go break even, but you could still just be bottom wicking, come all the way back down to there. So you just got to look at moving your stop loss based on structure, based on the trade becoming invalid, rather than doing it just not to lose money. It's that fine line. Are you all wrapped up for the year, Dossie? Or are you still, you'd be off the tools now? Or have you finished up? You had your last day, or is that coming soon? Can't remember. I remember you'd either finished up for the year or you'd fully resigned, ready for next year. Yeah, I thought it might have. That's fair. Yeah, good man. Good man. It's going to be a dangerous afternoon to be a surf club, that's for sure. I went to the surfy yesterday for a few pints. It was good. It's about as, yeah. Aussie dollar losing strength. Crazy. Has ES done anything? Not really. Yeah, nah, like somewhere just in between both of those. What's going on, mate? Good to have you on stream. Normal trading hours. To be honest, man, in Asia, if I'm not on stream, I'm pretty much not really on the charts. I just look at the hourly and 4-hourly closures. London, I'll sometimes sit down, which will be from either 7 or 7:30 London time to about 9 a.m. London time if I am. But I check on the 4-hour closes at midday Brisbane time and then 4 p.m. Brisbane time. Check those 4-hour closes. But yeah, up until that 3 p.m. 4-hour close, I pretty much don't really sit here and watch it. Yeah, I've found that if I sit and watch it, I start seeing things, and I don't like starting to see things. I saw you started your new business up, man, too. That's awesome. Good work. At this point, we took the previous 15 high without bottom wick. Is this trade? Yeah, potentially. I mean, that's the other thing, you know, is when you start taking these highs, which is 12 ticks, you can go to break even, but I've just seen gold on so many occasions stop me out at break even and then keep going. So I do have more of a preference, particularly on these high time frames, just to adjust my risk off this, where if I take, this is just me personally, for how my style works, if I take a break even here and I see price rip 50 ticks, I'll be more annoyed than if I take a loss that I've managed here, because I go, okay, that was invalid. That's just for my own headspace personally. There's nothing worse than seeing break evens in your journal. I'd rather, like, you can manage if you get a structural shift, but I'd rather take the loss and be like, okay, it was a good trade. I controlled my risk. I risked off a liquidity grab. I didn't manage just because I had fear of losing money or that sort of thing. But it does depend. That's sort of on the higher time frame with swinging, because there's nothing worse than taking a break even than it going to your target. And with gold particularly, it just loves it. It loves coming back to your entry at least once, if not twice. And there's been so many trades that would have played out if I just hadn't gone break even. But it's all a preference, all a personal preference. On scalping, you obviously have to be way more aggressive, but even then, like, risking 21 ticks, 2 contracts, only $400, it's not too much. The only way I'd look to manage is if I go down to lower time frame. So if price starts, you know, it's pushed up, come back to entry, just making higher high and then a higher low. If price starts pushing up here, then yeah, I'll probably, you know, you'd look to manage maybe below this low or that low, just because that's been an actual structure change like this. And if price breaks that, then yes, it's invalid. But yeah, pushing up, you know, 15 ticks to go break even just for the sake of it, probably not. Morning, Brad. Morning, mate. Are you a Collingwood member? I'm literally looking at different Lions memberships now, even just for a couple of games. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it, man. Good research. Yeah, honestly, just stick with the daily, 4-hourly, and hourly. Full-time work. That's 100% what I'd do. You know, you look at the 4-hour, frames everything. Frames absolutely, like, you don't need to be a genius to not get caught in this 4-hour. And if you're working, like, even waiting for London Open, which happens at 6 p.m. Brisbane time, you can go out your whole day, and then, you know, if you want to take and watch London Open, because I've also found that waiting till London Open, a lot of the guys overseas that do catch trades in London, they usually wait for the Open to come in and wait for any false move and then go the other side. But you probably find, like in Asia, there's probably a chance that, you know, this would have been your move up into that trend line. So like yesterday, if you get the move, shut the charts, come back later. Don't be a slave to the charts. We'll see how this plays out. 15th year as a member, yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna book tickets to, once they release the date, I'm gonna book tickets to watch them at the G again next year with one of my mates who's a Collingwood supporter, like big Collingwood supporter. And it usually falls around my birthday too, literally like the middle of August, so it works out pretty well. Yeah, 100%. And it's easy, less stress. Look at the hourly close, nope, didn't see anything. Come back next hour, nope, didn't see anything. Takes like 2 seconds. And that way you don't sit there glued to a screen like this.
This is the pound against the US dollar. I spoke about this last week.
Yeah, it's huge. It's crazy last year when we lost by 1 point. That was mental. Hoping to, man. Hoping to. I'll be going to one of them. I'd say probably maybe the March one. It'll just depend. I got a few things changing in the new year, so we'll see. Might surprise everyone again. Because I got a few holidays. I want to do Bali at least once, hopefully for one of the retreats. Then I want to do New Zealand in August, go snowboarding again, go down to Melbourne, watch the Lions play at the G, which I usually tie into the snowboarding holiday. And then for around Christmas time, towards the end of the year, I'd love to do a white Christmas somewhere or go see the Northern Lights or something. That's always been on my list. Just done up my vision board for the year, for next year, which is cool. If you guys don't have a vision board or anything like that and you're a visual person, I'd highly encourage that. It's a really cool process. Just go on Canva, find like I think they call it a mood board or something, and just drop in a bunch of pictures. Just chuck your earphones in, listen to some tunes, drop in some pictures about all the things you want, and just have it as your wallpaper. Yeah, you can, man, for sure. You just got to be risking off an area that the trade becomes invalid. 2 secs. Just mucking around here, stalling a bit. Again, you'd probably want to see it drive, but it's also just mucking around break even. Again, if it started closing back below this level, you could probably look to manage, but until then, it is like this is a level of support or resistance, so price could come all the way down here and then push back up. We don't know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, 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 what's going on, Nathan? What's happening, mate? Happy Wednesday. So again, you came and retested this, didn't close below. So could you keep buying potentially? Now, if you know start grabbing 30 highs, you could probably look to bring your stop loss below the 30 low, because after wicking back down into this level, you'd want to just see this keep driving. If you grab highs, you're probably gonna like grab highs and reject, probably gonna come back down, and this again could be a fake out. So you got to stay neutral to both sides. Cricket back on yet? No. It's raining. Man. Rain all afternoon. The darts. What channel's the darts on? Do they have it on free to air? Because I don't have KO. I'll get KO next year for the Lions though. I'm just watching it on free to air 7. Oh yeah, Fox Sports. Actually, I got Foxtel Go on my phone. Let's have a little look-see. Gold's been a bit of a slow grind today. There's probably not going to be anything too crazy, I don't think. Yeah, you're a heavy, bro, with Foxtel. What a heavy. Oh, here it is. I look at the crowd getting around it. They love it. That's mega. That's mega. This is why going break even too soon on gold traps you. Do you want to see this drive though? Especially when it grabs these highs, then you'd probably be comfortable managing risk a little bit, because it doesn't make sense. If it's stalled here and can't push here, then it could just stall and range. You don't want to be caught in that. Or it could just rip into this 4 hours. 4 hours is going to be a strong close if it does push, which means you could, if this closes strong, next 4 hour opens, bottom wick, look to take a buys below the open, and then 4 hour could flip and expand up like that. Could also potentially be the play. Thanks, sir. Ah, beautiful. Thanks, man. Welcome to the stream. Gotta go to the dentist today, that'll be good. Just a cheeky clean checkup. Yeah, see, I don't mind the dentist. I actually don't mind the dentist. When I got my wisdom teeth taken out in the chair, that wasn't fun, but I wouldn't do that again. But I don't actually mind the dentist. Yeah, man, she's like, yeah, you'll be right in the chair. It was horrible. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, getting him pulled in the chair. Yeah, nah. Nah. Wasn't fun at all. I feel you, bro. It was not fun at all. Yeah, look, if that, if you start stalling here, I don't think managing risk is a bad idea, because if it wanted to drive, it would drive. Yeah, if it's mucking around, that probably makes sense now. Since you've failed to drive 1, 2, this is your third time, that wouldn't be a bad shout, something like that. And then you can always look to re-enter once this 4-hour closes on a bottom wick. Yeah, I agree, man. Even if it does, it's not a bad shout because it's failed to push 1, 2, 3, and now potentially 4 times. If there was volume to push, it probably would have pushed. And also staying neutral, you've just liquidated this trend line here. So there's no reason you may not be, starting to leg down. So that's why you got to stay neutral. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. If it does rip, I mean, it is what it is, but after you've failed to close above this, grab the highs and close bearish, and now this looks like it's stalling after, your 15-minute candle failed to drive. If it does rip the highs, it rips the highs, but this on any other day of the week may, start dipping lower and take a full stop loss. So it's at that point that when you're scalping, you're looking, okay, it's probably worth managing my risk here. It'll probably rip now because gold loves doing that, but it's okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Probably rip now. What time's my point? 1:32. Tend to wait. Yeah, I agree, Steph. That's why, the setup made sense, but when you start, it's what Aaron says too, when you fail to drive 1, 2, 3 and stalling the 4th time, you go, okay, I've seen this before, it's not a bad idea to manage. Yeah, we can't do anything. And if this did come down and hit full stop loss, particularly more so scalping, swing trading maybe not, but scalping, you failed to push 1, 2, 3, and it was stalling a fourth time. If you wanted to drive, you probably would have drived. So it's just about being neutral. To complete, as will be away. Boom. See? Management. Probably heading towards full stop loss. Oh. Yeah, exactly. That was a good shout, that one. We're just chopping around now. We're about to get this 4-hour close in 8 minutes as well. Let's have a look at what the 4 hours doing. Still looking like it'll close above, which is nice, which means we could get a continuation. Let's see. Guys, I active favor talk stairs. What is it to do the combine on 100 goes? I have had XFA. I got one there that I haven't activated yet, but it's all the same. You just got to change the contract sizing. Yeah. Give it a crack. It's just you get sort of comfortable with like the numbers of a 50k, and then it's pushing yourself to try and hit the next step as well. See how this 4 hour closes? Look at gold, typical. Grab the lows again. Always the way. Always the way. Yeah, I had the opposite too. Once I got it funded, I'd start trading micros, and I was like, why the frick am I trading micros? I haven't traded micros this whole time, and you just end up taking more trades because you're only trading micros. Big push here on Goldie. Damn. What you saying, Goldie? 4 hours just closed. I still like this again. Where's the 4 hour close? Closed above the previous, which says a probability. You're gonna bottom wick for a bit and then drive higher. So we may get some buys. Yeah, sounds good, man. I gotta go to the dentist shortly anyway, so. Sounds good, Steph. All the best, mate. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Hope it's all good for you. All right. Again, if you're looking for an area to risk off, you'd have to be risking off here. But you're also just entered the 4 hour. The 4 hours only just opened, so even though it did close strong, you still may come down at some point and make a bigger bottom wick, potentially. But overall, buying at least up into here. How many ticks is that? 16, yeah. But the most recent area to risk off would be off here, so you could look at doing the same thing on the body. Just keep in mind, however, this could just be a bigger bottom wick on the 4 hour, which your previous 4 hourly low is down here. And I have seen before some pretty steep bottom wicks on gold. Could do either, man, depending. If you are gonna something the trade you're gonna take, you just have to. Main thing is where's risk gonna be, and this is the most obvious level where risk is. So you probably control your risk with whatever you're doing. But then also keep in mind, since gold's stalled, there's no reason it can't come up and then sort of do that after it grabs 4 hour highs. So you do have nice upside here, but from the other side, you've just, tapped your trend line. You could be retracing. You've also failed to drive 1, 2, 3, 4, now looking like 5 times. So it's just one of those things. If you take it, you just got to be prepared for a full stop loss if it does come and pull back down. But yeah. All good, man. That's usually my first, my two main things. One, do we have targets? And two, where am I risking off? Only problem is if you had, taken this anticipating a bottom wick flip and you're risking off that, it's just one of those things you got to be prepared to take the full stop loss. But any kind of, even up there, any flips, probably be a bit more of a less aggressive entry. Still weather delayed the cricket. Yeah, look at this. Heavy bottom wick. That's why you don't want to be rushing in when you've got a candle like the 4 hour. Let it breathe. Let it create a decent bottom wick. Waiting. Probably even adjust that support level to about there. What the hell's that? RSI. That must have been when I was looking at my stocks. I haven't double clicked on my chart in ages. You forget about any indicators that are saved down there. Even looking at this, imagine here, I know it's hindsight, but you've got a clear level of support, just taking buys off support and seeing how it closes. It makes me wonder if here, you could literally just take a buy off that support up into that area and see, just take a buy and see how the 30 closes, the 15 or the 30 closes. If it closes strong below there, then exit the trade. I mean, you never know. You never know. How long is it going to take me to get to my bar? Minutes. Yeah, right. Righto, 15's closing. See if we can get a flip bullish here. Right, get rid of this, get rid of this. I'm not seeing much here from gold. Probably have to jump off and get some food into me before I got to go to the dentist, which is fun. My teeth. What I'm looking at, I mean, it's going to be tough always on big news days like today. Your direction's tough, but if we just take a step back and look at the higher time frame, the only real thing that I like at this point in time is any buys here to anticipate this 4-hour flipping and driving bullish up into just a clear level like this up here. Only problem being you've now got these 3 lows here, so you may even dip down to grab this liquidity, because again, there'll be lots of people longing from here where their stop's going to be down below there. You may dip down, grab some liquidity, close back above, and then you could look to take it. So that's probably all I really see, to be honest. If you go on anything lower in the time frame, this is all just a range now. It's just chops. So until you sort of clear this liquidity, especially down here out the bottom of this range, I don't really like gold could go anywhere. But I'm gonna, yeah, I'll wrap it up there, guys. I'm gonna go get some food. But yeah, just stay patient. We're obviously middle of December, week before Christmas. Stay patient. Keep the higher time frame in mind. The daily, we're also in this chop. We don't really know direction, but that's a play that I like if you do want to get that into London, or else we'll see what London brings. So yeah, that'll be the last stream for the year, guys. So if I don't talk to you, I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And it's been a great year. Hope you have a great end to the year. And yeah, enjoy it. And I'll talk to you all soon. Trade safe. Whoa, talk soon. Bye.